Another example of a one-step equation could be 4x equals 12. Now, this is a one-step equation as well. However, more likely what you are used to, most of you would say, or most of your instructors prior to this example would tell you, well, divide both sides by 4. And there is nothing wrong with that. And this, of course, would cancel this out, and we would have 4 goes into 12 3 times. That gives us our solution set right here. In this class, however, I do not want you to address this in this manner. I want you to use the terminologies of mathematics. And we're going to do the same example, but we're going to make it somewhat, what I like to say, beautiful. I want to use the terminologies that are mathematical. And let us look at this. If we have 4x equals 12, what we have to do here, we would need the reciprocal of the coefficient. The coefficient of the variable, which is 4, the reciprocal of that is 1 over 4. Notice that on the side, any letter, any number has an invisible 1 under it to be written as a rational number. And the reciprocal of this number right here is, of course, 1/4. That is the reciprocal. Now, taking this knowledge, we're going to take this knowledge right here, we're going to apply it right here. And notice, whatever we do on one side, we must do on the other side, as previously mentioned. We're going to take the expression as it is, 4x, and we're going to multiply it by its reciprocal, which is 1/4. And on the other side, we're going to bring everything down as it was, of course, which is 12, also multiplied by 1/4. Because whatever we do on one side must be done to the other side in every term in the equation. Now, let us look at this. Once multiply. The reason I want you to be able to do this, I want you to understand and know what is referred to as the multiplicative inverse. The multiplicative inverse is simply multiply the equation by the reciprocal of the coefficient of the variable. Now, once we do the distributive property, apply the distributive property here, we do obtain the 4 over 4 and x, and of course, and we have, there's a 1 right here, there's a 1 right here, of course, and we have 12 over 4. Now, we simplify. Once it is simplified, we remain with x, and of course, 4 into 12 goes 3 times, and that gives us what we call the solution set. It is simple. You might say, well, this is too many steps, too difficult, rather. But in this class, however, I want this to be displayed on the papers. I want these steps, because what these steps do for me, it tells me without a shadow of a doubt, you actually understand what you're doing. You understand what you're doing, and it tells me it's okay for me to move on. All right, again, let's make sure we look at that and understand it as it is given. As you can see here, it is 4x, the original equation, and bring the 4x down, and we take the reciprocal of the coefficient, which is 1/4, multiplied by the 4x, okay, and we do it to both sides of the equation, that is the multiplicative inverse, and apply the distributive property, we have 4 over 4 x equals to 12 over 4. Hence the 4 cancels out. We have x equals 3 with the rational number simplified. Alright? Good. And we end up with the steps, of course. Make sure you understand what is taking place. Multiplicative inverse and solution set. There's actually one step that takes place here. That is a one-step equation.